If parenting your sensitive and intense kid feels harder the more effort you put in, more books, more tools, more self control, more enforcement, I want you to pause because the problem isn't that you're doing it wrong. It's that you're using a map that was never designed for your family. I want to cover three main points in this video. Number one, parenting advice today, traditional parenting advice, really focuses and assumes a neurotypical nervous system. It doesn't take into account really our autistic, ADHD, highly sensitive, gifted, anxious, depressed kids. Any sort of neuro-complexity and different wiring really doesn't respond to the type of parenting which we're all used to and we've all seen and we've all been parented by, which is really hierarchical, authority based, and really at its core about control. There's a parent who knows more than the kid, who sets the boundaries and the rules. And when the kid steps out of line, then it's the parent's job to come in and enforce a consequence or punishment so the kid learns what to do better next time. That works sometimes. We've been using it, and for some of us, it works. And then at some point, it does not. And so all of a sudden, we're doing a lot of parenting. Why? Because the kid's not responding to the way things are out in the world, which really isn't built for them. So we're having to do a lot of reminding of the rules, telling them that they didn't meet them, and doing consequences. And we're doing it more and more. And this doesn't work for them. So we are just working really hard. We're sort of doubling down on the theory. And then it just feels like we're parenting and parenting and parenting and parenting. And it just really doesn't feel good. Number two, we really sort of misunderstand our kids in some sort of fundamental way because, again, we all sort of assume this neurotypicality. Is that a word? But we really have no basis for knowing otherwise. I think many of us don't grow up in households that are really super knowledgeable and we're aware of neuro-complexity, sensitivity, intensity. And so we just sort of chug along with all of the conditioning and programming that we have. And we sort of assume, reading my notes here, that they fit into the world, right? Because all we really all want to do is fit in and belong. And so we send them to school and school doesn't really work for them. Or maybe it does for a while and then it doesn't. And we assume that like the sort of normal household limits and rules that people set and the environment in the world and in the house, that the kids should just be able to fall into that. Also, when you're dealing with a parenting model that's all about sort of this control and authority and fitting in this box, like I said, when they don't, and we misunderstand in a way fundamentally and think that they should fit into these things, then we're put in this situation where we almost feel like our kids are being willful, manipulative, defiant, because it's like, why do they keep not being able to do the things, quote, normal kids can do, right? Shouldn't they be able to do these things? So who's broken? Is it me or them? So you're putting yourself in this pickle. And so then that feels so hard to feel broken, or you're not doing it right, or you're not being consistent enough, or that your kid's broken. That feels terrible too. You're wondering, why can't they do the things? Why can't they do school like other kids? Why? So that feels really hard. And then again, the more we want them to fit in, just the harder everything becomes. And number three, things aren't working. And so we over effort, right? We're smart, loving, conscientious parents. And so we're like, okay, I'm going to fix this. How am I going to fix this, right? So it could be doubling down, right? I'm going to be more clear. I'm going to be more consistent. I'm going to enforce more. I'm going to put my foot down more. And that backfires so often because it doesn't feel good, right? Who wants to have this person over them? And it all comes from a good place. But who wants this person over them that loves them, but is constantly telling them, you're not meeting up expectations. Here's another consequence and another consequence and another consequence. And then also, like, you're kind of burning yourself out, right? This doesn't feel good. And So you're having to keep yourself regulated more. You're having to be in this role more. Again, that just doesn't feel good. And even if you're thinking or have thought, okay, this way of parenting doesn't work. Let's try this strategy or that strategy, or gentle parenting or conscious parenting, or let's do, about your kid's sensitivity or neurodivergence. And so you like are reading more books. Oh, I went through a phase of like a year of this when I found out my kids, all three of them, had some sort form of neurodivergence, multiple things happening actually. And so I wanted to read every book and I used all the strategies and I signed up for all the therapies that could potentially be helpful. More, more, more. The answer was, and it's part of our hustle culture, our productivity culture, our, I don't know, our culture in general, right? Let's do more, let's try harder. And so the over functioning, whoa, it just makes life feel really hard. So those three things together create a situation where parenting honestly just doesn't feel as loving and fun. And it doesn't feel like you thought it was going to feel when you decided you wanted to have kids. And it feels bad. It feels not fun. So once you realize the map is broken, the next belief we need to dismantle is the one that most moms cling to for survival. And the idea is that our goal as moms is to be calm. So click on the next video and I'll see you there.